everybody, welcome to another episode. I would like to answer some questions. Some people have asked about what my mom thought about me selling my house and what my mom thought about me moving into an RV. And so I thought it'd be cool to bring you guys along and do a little bit of an interview as I have my mom here, and she's leaving today. She's leaving today.
I know, I'm sad. I'm gonna miss you too.
So when I moved into my house, my mom came and helped me move in, and she put a lot of emotional effort into it.
Lots of heart, a lot of shopping, a lot of decorating.
A lot of decorating.
Mama's
like
decorative touch.
Nice, everything was so nice. It looked like a show home. And so she left, and she knew that I was comfortable there. She knew that I was safe there.
Yeah, knew that you were safe, knew that you're secure, knew that you were comfortable, knew that you at least thought at the time that you had what you really, really wanted in life, and that you would grow from that point with our Western culture of house, marriage, kids, and so on.
I enjoyed it for about 8 months, and then it stressed me out. I just felt stuck. And so I'll never forget, I called you.
I remember that call.
It was in the morning when I was driving truck.
Yeah, I remember that call.
Because my job used to be at 2:30 in the morning, and I drove truck, and I called you. What did I say? Just something like, I'm thinking about selling my house.
I remember you said, change is on the horizon, Mama Bear.
Is that what I said?
Yeah, I remember that. And I thought, change? What do you mean change? Change in what way? Well, and he wouldn't really say in that conversation, and then the next one came along, Mom, I'm really feeling a bit stuck. I feel like there's change on the horizon. And then came, I think I might want to sell the house. And I gulped.
Yeah.
I gulped.
Yeah.
I thought, no, nobody buys a house and in a year just turns around and sells it, especially when you're young and you need to grow with it and, you know, start paying down your principal and all of those things. So
yeah.
Start building equity. Start, you know, wait a minute. The next steps are the girlfriend, the grandkids.
Yeah.
What do you mean you want to sell your house? Little did I know that change was this kind of change. That change was, I want to sell my home, I want to buy an RV, and I want to live in it. Never did I think that it would be that would bring the happiness that you have today. And if I would have known, see, now I could get emotional. If I would have known then that you would be this happy.
Oh, really? That you would have...
I would have not even flinched. I wouldn't have flinched. I would have just said, go do it. Do what makes you happy. And I know as parents we always say, oh, go, you know, we want our kids to be happy. But when they come to you and say, I want to live in an RV full time, it's not our tradition. It's not my conservative upbringing. It's not the boundaries that I was raised with and that I lived with. And so I didn't know how to accept it. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to deal with it. And I didn't know how to let go of what was such a big heart project to get that house up and running. So it was just this little bit of shock. And I thought it was a mistake, to be honest. I thought, you're making a mistake. And now I see his level of happiness and the freedom in which he lives, and how full his heart and soul is. And again, had I known that back then, I wouldn't have questioned it.
Right off the bat, it was tough. I think that some of the younger crowd out there, when you go up to your mom or your parents or your loved ones or people who mean something to you, and you want to start this new life, it's tough because initially you just said, you know, that... Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it's tough to constantly fight that and battle that. So I remember we had months of back and forth conversation where right off the bat it was like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this. Yeah. And then, you know, I'd call you in a week, and then I would slowly, to the point where did you get to? Did you get to, you know what, I get it. I get why you're selling your house. Or did you kind of just, you know?
It was when I came out, for all your viewers and subs, it was when I came out to visit you when you had your trailer, when you had bought the trailer before you bought the camper.
Right.
And I saw then how happy you were.
Right, in the trailer, right.
How much you were able to minimalize your life and get rid of all the stuff and be happier without the stuff.
Right.
And that's when I thought, wow, he's onto something here. Still worried, because that's, again, not what I knew. I knew a camper and RV as a toy,
as a weekend getaway,
yeah. as a luxury to have for holidays and that kind of thing. I didn't ever look at it as a real full-time living opportunity. That just wasn't in my vocabulary, really.
Yeah.
And call it what you will, but it wasn't.
You're on the conservative side, and I'm not. I'm not. If I think I can do something, if someone's done something before me, then I can go do it, and it's all going to work. In my mind, it's always going to work out. Which I just did a video on your thoughts. That's just how that's my perception. That's my reality. I just always know that it's just going to work out in a way. So that's interesting. So that's the house, and then when I bought the RV, like you said, the travel trailer was one thing. And then we took a step back. So Mom saw me in the travel trailer, and I was parked at my buddy Chris's, and it was kind of a little bit of a home because I had the pad, and I had a little bit more stationary.
Yeah.
And then I did my second switch.
Yeah.
So I had that for 5 months, the travel trailer.
And I remember when you said, "I think I have too much space."
Yes.
And I thought, you're kidding me. Like, I just adapted to this. Not that it's about me, it's about him and his happiness always. Mm-hmm. But I just had adapted, and I thought, what do you mean you have too much space? It's a trailer. You can't have too much space. Mm-hmm. And again, my conservative wheel started spinning. And then you broke it to me not soon after, or not too long after that. I had visited you again, and you said, "Mom, I just bought myself a truck and a camper."
Right.
And what was my statement to you? Something about, "Oh, are you going to feel homeless?"
Yes. Yes, because I dropped it on you one time. I said, I had too much space, and I wanted to kind of downsize from a travel trailer, which sounds crazy to some people.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what about a truck camper? And I remember you saying, "Oh, gee, it'd be like you're homeless." Yeah. But in your mind.
In my mind, and I didn't mean that in any kind of derogatory way whatsoever. That wasn't it at all. It's just in my mind I went to, well, where is your home? Where's your home base?
Well, essentially you kind of are homeless in a way. You don't have that brick and mortar.
You didn't have the brick and mortar. You didn't have Chris's pad any longer.
Right. Where are you going to stay?
Where are you going to stay? Like, where's your home? I wanted some stationary place. And I thought, where are you going to be? What are you going to do? And he said, well, Mom, it's called boondocking. And I, what? Mm-hmm. And then I had to educate myself all around it. Mm-hmm. And here we sit today. And now he's been living this way for almost half a year now, in the camper itself. And lots of adventures, lots of great conversation around it, and he's living his dream. Mm-hmm. And that's all a mama bear wants for her son, for her child, period. Yeah.
People always say, we want what's best for a kid. And then your kid comes up and says, I want to do that. And you go, well, don't do that. I want the best for you. But don't do that.
Not that best.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I get that. And I think that for any younger people listening to this, I hate to say this, but sometimes you just have to not listen to your parents. You have to push your own direction. And even though, they may be you respect them so much, and that's the hardest person to just kind of push out of the way, but it's your life. At the end of the day, it's your life. And then what always happens is I'll do this, and my mom will kind of, well, why are you doing this? And ask me questions and be a little bit more conservative. And I always know at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy. And then I call her, with the truck camper or selling my house a month or two after I do it, and I go, I am just so happy. And she goes, awesome. Yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you did that.
Yeah. Because at first I thought it was a short-term happiness. I thought it was one of those things that it's new and it's exciting and it's different.
Materialistic,
and it's a bit materialistic, and it's going to wear. Mm-hmm. And then what? And then what's going to happen? What's
the end thought of your kid lives in an RV? What do you think about that now? I live in a truck camper.
I now am absolutely 1,000% convinced that you are happy in your heart and in your soul, and that's what's the most important to me. Mm-hmm. So when I still have my insecurities around not the brick and mortar and not what I was raised with and not what I was raised in establishing for my life, I look at you and say you're happy, and there's all kinds of alternative ways to live a life. And I just see more people than not in their homes and with their families, and that just seem stressed all the time. Mm-hmm. They're stressed in the upkeep of it all, and in the running of it all, and in the financial pieces of it all. And then I see you, and I think, you've made these choices for your life because they make you happy. Mm-hmm. And that's all I can ask for. I can't ask for anything more than that.
And that's it. That's it. Whether it's the house makes you happy, the family, the kids,
whatever makes
whatever it is
happy.
You have to have the courage to pursue your dreams. That's it. You know, progression is happiness, and kind of getting out of your comfort zone and thinking, you know, I think this RV will make me happy, and then getting out and doing it, and realizing it's awesome.
And not caring.
It's awesome.
Not caring what other people think.
Yes, not caring what other people think.
That's just so huge. Not caring what other people think. I mean, for even a while with my family and friends, it's, well, this is what Taylor's doing, and there's a little piece of me that felt a little insecure with that, because I thought, again, it's not the way we were raised. Mm-hmm. I'm at the point in my life where I see him as having these wonderful experiences in life that many don't get an opportunity to have. Mm-hmm. Or that maybe have started their families early and they've got other commitments, and he's single and he's able to do these things, and what a wonderful experience, whether it be living in a camper, whether it be living on a boat, whether it be someday, you know, building your A-frame house, or you know, a tiny home, or whatever it might be. Those are fabulous experiences that he'll hold on to forever, and it makes me happy that he's happy that he has them.
And don't ever let somebody tell you that change is not good. So there's some people that don't like change, and there's others that do. I love change. I need change always, and that's the best part about the truck camper, is that I get to wake up in a different spot every morning. I get to go to sleep in a different spot every night. I can take off to a different city, to a different country tomorrow. I need that part, and so for the longest time I didn't know how to get that with the house. It was like, well, what can I change? What can be new? What can be different? And I thought the mobile lifestyle is definitely for me, in whatever way that is, the boat or the RV. And there's just absolutely nothing wrong with change. But there's going to be a lot of people that tell you that there is. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to anybody else. You do you. Whatever you tell yourself, if you listen to yourself, whatever you tell yourself, that's your perception. So that's your reality. Oh, I love that quote. Thank you, by the way, for telling me that quote. That quote has just... I've always known that, but now that I can put words to it, whenever I see something and I go, you know, I have the ability to see that however it is. I can see it as a happy situation or as a bad situation, but just having that perception as reality, that just goes around in my head constantly. I think that we're gonna wrap it up here. Is there anything you wanted to say?
It's nice to meet y'all.
That's my mom.
Yeah,
that's
and
my mom.
He just loves his viewers and subscribers and really appreciates you all. I know that for a fact.
I really do. Thanks for saying that. Yeah. Because I talk about them all the time, and I read everybody's comment. I love it. I'm gonna actually.
He feels attached.
I'm gonna reply to some comments today. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So on that note, that is what my mom thinks about me selling my house and me moving into a RV.
And until next time,
keep living that dream.
And
have a great day.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.